Clinton Track the News with Katrina Smith and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday morning. I'm Katrina Smith.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
Little showers in some of the areas moving into the region, aren't there?
Yeah, a couple of showers, a couple thunderstorms that push north. In fact, let's take a look at the radar right now. You can see where they're currently falling. And for those of you in Rome, you might be starting to see a couple of showers moving in. I'll show that in a second. I want to recap some thunderstorms that rolled through the North Country. Old Forge and the surrounding areas, you might have been woken up by some incredible lightning show, especially up in northern Hamilton County. Look at how many lightning strikes took place there. But here locally, at least the current time frame, we got some rain moving into Rome. There's no thunder along with this, so it's just mainly the rain risk at this time. Pretty much covering all of Route 69 from Camden all the way down to Rome and beyond. It is weakening, though, as you head down into the Utica area, maybe out towards Whitesboro and Westmoreland. You could be seeing some of that rain. It is an incredibly warm start today. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Even yesterday evening, it only bottomed out in the low 80s, upper 70s. The coolest spot here in central New York is in the upper 60s at Saranac Lake. So the next 12 hours, expect temperatures to climb into the mid to upper 80s, similar to yesterday, pushing 90 again. However, by the afternoon, what's going to dampen on some of that heat would be an approaching cold front. This is going to fire a few thunderstorms across the area. We'll track the risks associated with these storms, plus what follows this front. What could be a pretty nice Friday in that full forecast. Katrina?
Thank you, Eric. And don't forget that Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning,
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Thursday morning. Time now is 5:11, and as you head out to work today, it is again, very warm start. We're already in the 70s, some spots almost close to 80. So it's very warm, very humid out there today. Still nothing to report here on the traffic tracker early this morning. And when it comes to road conditions out there, yeah, there are a few showers rolling through. In fact, your car might have a bit of a light layer of rain on it from overnight storms and showers. And we're not done with rainfall just yet. We take a look here at the radar. We got this one rain band just passing through Rome, heading closer to the northeastern portion of Oneida County. Within the next hour, we can actually track that as it moves up into northern Herkimer County. So those who in, I would say, Herkimer, Mohawk, even parts of Little Falls, you'll see a quick rain shower in a few minutes. So today, temperatures beginning in the 70s, warm start. This afternoon, a cold front moves through, and that could fire up a few thunderstorms. We'll track those storms plus the impacts of that cold front for tomorrow coming up in a few short minutes. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Eric. Now we take you to Rome, where the party, the Black Party, for the one-year anniversary of the tornado was happening. And this was happening just yesterday on North James Street. One of the hardest hit areas during the tornado was the site of the Black Party that is put on by Connected Community Schools. If you remember, these folks were among the first. Again, it was hit when the storm cleared and offered food to people without power, even offered a fun place for families to gather and have food. There was food, fun, DJs, and even Roscoe Red there for the event. Time now is 5:13. A live look at the down.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. We are tracking another warm day today. Very warm, very humid. Not nearly as hot as yesterday. In fact, the reason for it is an approaching cold front in the afternoons. It's going to produce a little more clouds than sun today. A look at downtown Utica. Live view outside. It's still a little unsettled out there. We got some overcast over the Mohawk Valley at this time. Temperature, look at that, 76 degrees this morning. Interesting enough, this will be about as warm as we get all day long tomorrow. So put that in perspective on the changes that's going to be on the way for the end of the work week. We take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. The only real notable showers here locally are right in between the Route 69 corridor heading north and east into northeastern Oneida County and into the Mohawk Valley with maybe just a brief light shower. Those showers down south are really not that as heavy as some of those heavier ones up north. So severe weather risk today. This is not one of those days where it's super alarming. There is a higher risk zone north of us, and an isolated storm, primarily in the North Country, if it does form, could turn severe. But the chances of that happening, right around 1–2%. So putting it in the number perspective here, it's one of those off chance, but still, I'd rather talk about it than not mention it at all. Still, though, today, not an alert day, just a heads up for those of you, especially up north, by this afternoon and this evening. So if something does turn severe, of course, a tool you can use right here, Storm Tracker 2 app, scan the QR code with your phone. It'll give you notifications of warnings as they happen. So 87 the high today. Look at that dip down. 77 tomorrow for the high. And something else interesting too, we're going to see a big drop in that humidity, going from tropical levels today to comfy levels on Friday. Now, the humidity slowly works its way back in again Saturday and Sunday, but Saturday even too is still not too bad. So we look at the bigger picture here. That low pressure system moves north of us, firing a few thunderstorms here and there. Tomorrow's looking beautiful, high pressure sets in. And then on Saturday, looking quiet. Saturday night, there could be a few showers and thunderstorms passing over us. So on our Skycast today, a mix of sun, clouds, and a few thunderstorms this evening. It quiets down, and tonight it cools down, lows in the 50s. Then tomorrow, 72 by noontime, mid-70s by 5 p.m. It's a beautiful Friday. Have any Friday evening plans? It's looking fantastic. Even then on Saturday, looking great as well. A lot of local events happening this weekend, and you couldn't ask for a better Friday or Saturday for it. And so, see the star there, my pick of the week for the next 7 days, taking place on Friday. Comfortable humidity. You can open up those windows and enjoy the sunshine and slightly cooler temperatures. Still a little beautiful in the 70s. So we got a nice day tomorrow and on Saturday. Then the heat kicks back up again by next week. So
a little bit of a roller coaster here.
A little roller coaster, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Eric. One person is dead. Thank you for joining us for this half hour of News Channel 2 at Sunrise. I'm Katrina Smith. And meteorologist Eric Gage is over in the Weather Center tracking some showers that some people are seeing this morning at this point. Eric, who's seeing the showers, who's not?
It's actually just an isolated spot here in Oneida County. Let's zoom in here in a second. First, I do want to recap, though, what took place overnight. Quite a lightning show for those of you up in the North Country. Let's zoom in up here and recap between midnight and 6 a.m. And you can see that line of showers, even lots of lightning taking place as it moved through Herkimer, eventually into Lewis and St. Lawrence counties. But what's going on right now? Entering Trenton, Route 46 area, heading toward Norway as well, but the showers a little bit falling apart heading into Herkimer County. So the rainfall weakening still. This is the only rainfall we're tracking here in the central New York area early today. Aside from the rainfall, look at these temperatures here. We are in the 70s right now. 76 in Rome, 72 Hamilton. Pretty much all of upstate New York in the 70s, aside from Saranac Lake, which is near 70 at 68 degrees. But either way, today's high temperatures climbing into the upper 80s. Unlike yesterday, what's going to be cooling us down a little bit is an approaching cold front that arrives in the mid-afternoon. These could fire a few thunderstorms. We'll track the impacts of these, plus the exact timing, and then what follows this coming up in a few minutes. Katrina?
Eric, thank you. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning.
News Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise. As you head out to work today, you're going to be encountering some very warm temperatures already in the mid-70s. No jacket needed. In fact, hopefully your office allows you guys to wear t-shirts and shorts today because it'll be very warm and very humid. Either way, although it's going to be like yesterday temperature-wise, we're going to be tracking a few thunderstorms. We'll track those coming up in a few minutes. But first, our photo of the day, our segment here this morning takes us into a view of some heart-shaped antlers taken in Lee. Shout out to those of you watching from Lee this morning. And it was sent in by Rosemary, and slowly seeing those antlers starting to grow as deer season, several months away obviously, but midsummer time, start to see the fur begin to grow out there. If a photo like this you'd like to share with us, send it to the link right there on the top of your screen at WKTV.com/weather/pics. So today, still very warm. Tomorrow, a relief in that humidity. We're going to track those temperatures, plus, again, the latest on those storm chances today coming up in a few short minutes. Katrina?
Why, thank you, Eric. Well, here is
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. We are tracking some warmer temperatures today, like yesterday, higher humidity, but a few thunderstorms arriving in the afternoon. Look at downtown Utica. We got overcast skies across parts of the region, but there is some partial clearing. That rain band that's moving through parts of central Oneida County, you can see it slowly exiting to the north at this time. We begin with a 76-degree start to the day today and tropical humidity this morning. There's a look at that radar right now. There's rain showers passing through parts of the area. It looks like some of it has strengthened as those showers have hit the foothills of the Adirondacks. I'm going to zoom in here in this rain shower just north of St. Johnsville in Fulton County near Stratford. Yeah, some of those downpours starting to increase in intensity. No lightning, though, in some of these. Only lightning show that we saw so far was in the North Country overnight. Now, when it comes to storm potential today, it's not a very high chance, but if any storm does form, they have the chance of turning severe, primarily in the North Country today. So just a heads up, remain weather aware this afternoon. This is not one of those days where it's a slam dunk type situation, but one of those storms that could turn severe. The biggest risk zone for the Northeast is well north of us, but we're on the fringe of it. So it's better to let you guys know in case one of those straggling storms begins to fire up. But again, great tool to have, Storm Tracker 2 app. It'll give you warnings sent right to your phone. 87 the high today. Look at this tomorrow. 77 the high Friday. But I think the most notable part of the change in the weather pattern looking ahead to tomorrow, look at this humidity outlook. It's tropical today, comfy tomorrow. You have any plans Friday? You don't need to run the AC. In fact, open up those windows. You can probably put the top down when you're convertible if you have one. Enjoy a nice drive tomorrow evening. So we're tracking the end of rain shower chances tonight. A cold front works through, high pressure works in tomorrow, and it's a dry day for your Friday. Pretty much all entirely dry Saturday. Late Saturday evening, you can see those rain showers beginning to move in. So today, a mix of clouds, lingering rain showers, sunshine moves in the early afternoon, and we're going to watch this band of thunderstorms pass over us. Again, highest risk zones actually way up here, but the outlying areas impact much of the North Country. Then by tomorrow, lingering clouds and drizzle give way to sunshine by the afternoon, high temperatures in the mid-70s. Then Saturday, it's a little warmer, a little more humid, and the arrival of rain showers after sunset. But still, the gold star right there, my pick of the week. Low humidity, sunshine, a top 10 day of the year for your Friday. So, you guys have any Friday plans? A lot of stuff going on locally Friday and Saturday. You got great weather for it. Still warming up by next week, but after the humidity today, I think a lot of folks looking forward to that decrease to comfortable levels.
Everyone's been waiting for this bubble to burst,
Yes.
and this is when it happens, right?
Just in time for the weekend.
All right, thank you so much, Eric. Well, in about...
With Katrina Smith and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday morning. I'm Katrina Smith.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
We got a little bit of rain overnight for some people. I just had like a little bit of a mist on my car, I think, when I woke up this morning.
Yeah, my car was a little bit damp, but at least it was dry when I headed to work. Maybe a few
Not a
sprinkles
downpour
there. Yeah.
by any means.
I honestly was kind of confused whether when I was driving if I was hitting raindrops or bugs. You know, the bugs yesterday.
At night, the bugs were just, I mean,
everywhere.
You had to use the washer fluid. Yep.
The reasoning for it, the temperature very warm out there this morning. In
like
fact, we'll get to those temperatures here in a second, but first, look at the radar. Yeah, there's a few downpours and showers heading into Herkimer, Fulton counties, and still a section of Herkimer County north of Little Falls. Recapping some intense lightning shows that passed through parts of the North Country overnight. They have since exited, and still there could be a few downpours firing up here and there as a couple more rounds of showers move through, but at least the most intense lightning show is done. We zoom in a little bit, we see those rain showers have exited the Rome area, now again heading north of Trenton into eventually Hamilton County. But still, look at the temperature here this morning. 73 degrees start your day today with clouds and even some peaks of sunshine mixed in with those rain showers. So we dry out late this morning, early this afternoon. A cold front moves through. With this cold front, there's an isolated chance for a severe storm. We'll track those chances, plus what follows these storms for tomorrow coming up in that full forecast. Katrina?
Eric, thank you. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody. Time now is 6:11 on this Thursday morning. Very warm morning here across the region. I mentioned in the last half hour, if your workplace allows you to wear T-shirts and shorts, maybe take them up on that offer today. It's going to be very warm all day long. We look at the traffic tracker this morning. It's green across the board. No accidents to report of today. And the fog really non-existent due to that cloud cover overnight, as well as, of course, those showers and thunderstorms some of you saw as well. A look at some area roadways. Aside from those isolated showers, those of you waking up to dry conditions, we are looking at mainly quiet conditions across the area. Herkimer dry roads, same thing in Boonville, New Hartford, and in Bridgewater. So we look at the radar at this time. Rain showers starting to intensify in northeastern Fulton County as well as northern Hamilton County, and a downpour trying to form on the southern edge of Madison County. So the showers and downpours today isolated in nature, at least for the morning hours. And then following that, we have a window of dry weather in the late morning and then a few thunderstorms passing over us in the afternoon. Those could be on the strong to severe side, one or two of them potentially, will attract the areas that are most likely to see that intense storm potential, as well as what follows it coming up in a few minutes. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Eric. From then to now, this is what North James Street looked like on Tuesday afternoon. One of the hardest hit areas during the tornado was the site of a block party put on by Connected Community Schools. If you remember, those folks were among the first to hit the streets when the storm cleared. They offered food to people without power. The event offered a fun place for families to gather with food, games, fun, and music from DJ Roscoe Red. One person is dead after a lightning strike.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Time now, 6:16 on this Thursday morning. We are tracking a very warm start today. Temperatures already in the 70s. Downtown Utica, it's drying up a little bit after some overnight rain showers. Not necessarily directly in Utica itself, but hit or miss across the area. 73 to start today. Tropical humidity is a very warm summer morning here in the Mohawk Valley. The radar picking up on a few downpours and showers, primarily north of the Thruway. We have one pocket of rainfall near Hamilton in Madison County, but other than that, the rainfall activity beginning to wane a little bit after those early morning showers. Even some thunderstorms that took place north of the Thruway overnight. Today, we're not out of the woods with storm potential. A cold front moves through our area. This could fire up a few storms. Maybe one of them on the stronger side, one or two of them on the stronger side. Biggest risk being heavy rainfall, some stronger wind gusts. Isolated tornado can't be ruled out. But I want to focus more on these risks here, on the fact that the chances of this happening little to none, but it's non-zero. That's a key here. The biggest risk zone is actually north and east of us. We're on the fringe of it. So it's one of those instances where we're not out of the woods, but we're not directly in that impact zone. We'd be in alert mode if we were in this yellow zone here today. Still, though, the temperatures this morning, 70s, climbing into the 80s by this afternoon. Look at tomorrow, though. High of 77. Although that's pretty notable. I think the most notable part of the weather tomorrow, that humidity going from tropical down to comfy levels. Beautiful weather expected for your Friday, even Saturday too, although the humidity slowly rises again as we enter the second half of the weekend. So the bigger picture tells us we have a cold front moving through this afternoon. This will quiet things down with high pressure in place for your Friday and for Saturday. Late Saturday evening and Saturday night, there are those showers and storms that pass over us for Sunday. So at least the first half of the weekend's looking dry, maybe not so much for the second half. This morning, rainfall tapers off, peaks of sunshine in the early afternoon, and then you can see those showers and storms moving over us. Then as that cold front passes through, things quiet down. It's a cool start to your Friday. Temperatures in the 50s. Before we warm up into the 70s by the afternoon with low humidity. That north wind kicks in. The first time in a while we've seen that intense north wind that ushers in top 10 day material. So star on the 7-day for that beautiful weather we're expecting for your Friday. Saturday still looking really, really nice, a little warmer. Then we'll see that humidity rise and storm potential increase when we enter the second half of the weekend and into early next week. So beautiful weather tomorrow and Friday after such an incredibly humid stretch of weather for the past week and a half. It's been so humid out there.
Such nice weather, we get a star with your face on the 7-day calendar.
A throwback to my original graphic I made several years ago.
We absolutely love it. It's Eric's top pick of the, top 10 pick, right?
Yep.
Beautiful. All right, if today is your birthday, have a fabulous one. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us for this half hour of News Channel 2 at Sunrise. I'm Katrina Smith. Meteorologist Eric Gage is over in the Weather Center tracking that heat. We are still talking about when this bubble will burst, but we are seeing a little bit of moisture in the air today, aren't we, Eric?
Yeah, that's right. Heat and humidity have been the story so far the past week and a half. Now we got some rain showers we're tracking. Let's take a look here at the radar and see that there's a few showers into the North Country at this time. The intensity is a lot weaker than, say, overnight. In fact, we recap the overnight thunderstorms. You can see quite a different story here. Look at some of the lightning show that passed through Old Forge heading through northern Hamilton County. The showers early to this morning lack that instability or lack that intensity that's brought those thunderstorms overnight. The Mohawk Valley, Utica, Rome area now drying up as those showers continue north. So earlier today, a brief shower, but now things are drying up. Still, though, it is an incredibly warm start. We're in the 70s right now, 73 in Rome, 72 Hamilton, even in the upper 60s up in the Adirondacks. So today we climb into the upper 80s. It won't be nearly as hot as yesterday. The reasoning for it, a bit less in terms of unobstructed sunshine, but also a cold front in the mid-afternoon that could fire up a few thunderstorms. Now, these will not be widespread, but inside some of these, they could be on the stronger side. We'll track those risks where the strongest storms will be located, and on top of that, what follows this cold front in a few minutes. Katrina?
Eric, thank you. And don't forget that Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning in a
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Time now 6:48. We begin today very warm, very humid like yesterday, but a few more clouds in the sky. A look outside in downtown Utica. Some overcast passing over us. Still other locations seeing some blue skies. That's the story today. A mix of sun and clouds and the potential for some afternoon storms. We'll get to that in a second, though. First, we begin today 73. Tropical humidity out there today is incredibly warm and humid. And the radar picking up on some isolated showers, hit or miss. The only notable one here locally is just along the Oneida-Herkimer County line, right there south of Utica. And then a few showers in parts of Hamilton County and northern Herkimer County. So later on in the day today, in the afternoon, there's potential for a few thunderstorms to fire up. A couple of them could be on the stronger side. Now, based off of the latest data this morning, I don't think this is really a situation where we are in alert mode today. But it's one of those days where it's just good to have your phone handy with your Storm Tracker 2 app to give you notifications of warnings if they do take place. Again, it's a low, non-zero chance, but since the risk is there, we'll let you guys know ahead of time. The reason why it's not a slam dunk forecast is because the brunt of the system is in the yellow zone right here. We're on the tail end of it, so a couple stragglers could move their way into the area, but if we were in the yellow area, we would be in alert mode. But for now, again, just make sure you have ways to receive alerts today. Once this cold front passes this afternoon, we dry up and we cool down for Friday with 77 the high, so it's a pretty comfortable temperature. I think the main thing, though, the humidity. Tropical today, comfy for your Friday. It's going to be beautiful weather to wrap up the work week. Yeah, humidity increases Saturday and Sunday, but Saturday's even not too bad. Still slightly muggy conditions and still plenty of sun. So we're tracking the arrival of that cold front that moves through today. In the wake of it, high pressure moves in. It remains pretty dry. A north wind sets up. And then our next round of showers and storms come from the west late after sunset on Saturday night. So on our Skycast today, a mix of sun, clouds, a few thunderstorms in the afternoon. Once they pass over us, things quiet down by tonight. And after some lingering drizzle and clouds tomorrow morning, temperatures in the 50s, climbing into the 70s with that north wind, low humidity, top 10 day of the year for your Friday. So put my pick of the week here with that yellow star on Saturday. It's still warm, still a little humid, but overall it's pretty nice. A lot of events going on this weekend. Pretty nice weather for it for Saturday. Sunday, a few thunderstorms pass over us, and that sets the stage for a slightly warming trend by next week. So for now, after all that humidity we had over the past week, week and a half, we've got that break coming in tomorrow. Open up those windows.
Let some air
off
in
the
your house
ACs.
and give those
Yes.
ACs a tiny little break for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Eric. In about a week and
Now, in the last day of this heat and humidity, Jill Reels in for Eric S'more. First of all, how are you? Good to see you.
Good. I mean, this is the last day of bad hair days. Things are looking better as
Okay, well, I don't know about that.
I know Jolene cares, but yes, things are going to improve after today. So that's
Okay.
some good news. Perfect time for the weekend.
Yeah.
But clouds are moving in on our CAV tower cam looking towards downtown Utica. On top of that, I am also tracking, yes, some showers and a few thunderstorms on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a Doppler radar. Again, a few showers just to the west of Rome, as well as you head into central and northern Herkimer counties. Again, these are very scattered at this point in time, out ahead of a cold front that is going to move as we head towards this afternoon and into the evening hours. You can see that cold front extending from Lake Ontario through Rochester and down towards Buffalo. That's going to push to the north and to the east as we go throughout the afternoon. Now, not everybody is going to see a shower or thunderstorm, but just keep an eye on the sky as we go throughout the second half of today. Still very warm and humid. We're at 85 degrees officially at Griffiths Park, 87 in Syracuse, but some relief is in sight. We're going to drop back into the 70s and 60s as we head into tonight, some 50s by tomorrow morning. Look at that forecast coming up. Steve?
All right, that will be a relief. Thank you, Jill. Well, severe weather is impacting every corner of the country, from tornadoes sweeping across the Midwest to extreme heat, as we've seen in the Northeast. A tropical storm is also threatening New Orleans with potential flash flooding, and that's where we find NBC's George Solis with more.
Residents here in New Orleans bracing for that all-day rain-making event. We could be seeing as much as 10 inches from that system, bringing tropical moisture to the region. Now, it's not expected to develop into a tropical storm or system, but the threat of rain and that flash flooding far from over. Meanwhile, in New Jersey, last night, tragedy struck. One person killed, a 61-year-old man, and a dozen others injured by a lightning strike. The youngest just 7 years old. The other story today, following the heat. Some temperatures are going to soar into the 90s with some feel-like temperatures in the 100 degrees. definitely take precautions and stay indoors when you can. Meanwhile, cleanup in the Midwest continues after some of those intense tornadoes moved in yesterday. A lot of severe weather from coast to coast. Many people, of course, watching this very intently. Here in New Orleans, some city offices are closed. We've seen a number of people prepping, going to the store, getting essentials, getting sandbags. Some businesses already putting sandbags in front just out of an abundance of caution. Next month marks 20 years since Hurricane Katrina made landfall here in Louisiana. A lot of folks saying they take every storm system, including this one, very seriously. Back to you.
All right, that was NBC's George Solis in New Orleans.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Reel.
Starting off this morning in the 70s, that's when we know it's going to be a hot and humid day across the region. As we take a live look downtown Utica, we did see some sunshine this morning, but now clouds are beginning to build up out ahead of that cold front that's going to move through the area. But we are not dealing with that cool weather just yet. It is warm and humid outside. Temperatures are starting off this afternoon in the mid-80s. And again, it's not just that temperature of the mid-80s, but it's the humidity. With that dew point of 71, it feels tropical outside. It also feels like it's 90 degrees. Yesterday, we had a heat index of 98, but some relief is in sight with the cold front that's going to make its way through the area. Now, ahead of that cold front, going to see a few pop-up showers primarily north of the Thruway on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, no lightning associated with these showers, just a brief downpour as the showers push to the north and to the east as we go throughout the afternoon. Now, this cold front extends all the way back to our west, back towards Rochester and Buffalo. You can see that line of showers extending across western New York. And that's going to push to the north and to the east as we go throughout the afternoon and into the early evening hours. Behind it, some refreshing air will begin to move into the region. So we do run the risk, a marginal risk, so the lowest risk possible for severe weather for this afternoon. But just looking at the trends, our biggest concern is just going to be some pockets of some heavy rain as those thunderstorms develop throughout the afternoon. If you are heading up north or traveling north up towards the New York and Canada border up towards Burlington, that is the best bet for severe weather later on late this afternoon and into the evening hours. But again, for the Utica, Central New York region, we're just under that marginal risk for this afternoon and into the evening. Once that cold front moves through, big changes in the forecast. Tomorrow we're going to see highs in the 70s, low 80s as we head towards Saturday, and then another cold front moves through Saturday night into Sunday, so we'll drop back into the 70s once again. And then, just like typical summer weather, we're back into the mid-80s as we head towards the next week. So enjoy the relief while we have it, especially tomorrow when those dew points are going to be in the 50s, and then we'll slowly make that upward climb into those dew points in the 60s as we head towards the end of the weekend. So that cold front pushes through for this afternoon. Relief in sight as we head towards tomorrow. High pressure builds in for Friday and for Saturday, but Saturday night into Sunday, we're going to be tracking another cold front that's going to bring us some showers overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. By Sunday afternoon, that sunshine will return. So on our Skycast, you'll notice those pop-up showers and a few thunderstorms, especially across the North Country for this afternoon. By 3 p.m., you see those showers pushing off to the east. We clear out for this evening, so great evening for a walk. Tonight, temperatures drop back into the 50s. Open up those windows and turn off those air conditioners. We're going to see beautiful weather tomorrow with temperatures in the 70s across the region. Taking a look at the rest of your forecast, and I realize Eric gives a star, but there you go. Eric's giving the pick day of the week tomorrow. I would say Saturday for me. I like it a little bit warmer, but both tomorrow and for Saturday look fantastic. Again, a few morning showers on Sunday, and then beautiful weather next week as well.
Well, you know, we were talking about it yesterday, too. Earlier in the show, we talked about the St. Mary Mount Carmel Feast. You got the Bavarian Fest coming up this weekend. I think there's a Skenevis Fireman's Carnival. You got field days in Camden. You got Hoops and Dreams, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. So Friday, Saturday, First of all, if anybody says there's nothing to do, you're not
Yeah.
paying attention, and B, you're going to have great weather to
Yeah,
do it.
because I usually go to the feast, and it's
Yep.
always usually really hot and
Yep,
humid,
really sticky,
standing in
yep.
that line for pizza frite.
Yep.
This weekend looks fantastic.
Yeah, no, like I said, they were making the mushroom stew
Yep.
earlier. So this is one thing I don't like about filling in the noon, right? It's like, should I eat at 11 or not? I'm going to wait till 1? My stomach's rolling, but oh, yeah. All right, we'll check in a few minutes, Jill. Well, the building boom in North Carolina is check of the forecast, and we're looking at this, but it's not as bad as it looks, right? Is that
Yeah, that's right. Just some downpours at this point in time. We haven't even seen any lightning strikes, which is some very good news. The best chance for any severe weather looks to be outside of our viewing area up north towards the Canada-New York border. But still, we're going to keep an eye on things as we head towards this afternoon. A live look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, just some scattered showers moving through the area. This is ahead of our cold front that's going to usher in some relief from that heat and humidity as we head into the weekend. But for this afternoon, we're going to keep an eye on that line of showers developing back towards Rochester. Again, at this point in time, it looks like our severe threat is going to be low across the region with just some pop-up showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two as we go throughout the afternoon. It is very warm and humid, 85 degrees officially at Griffith Park, 87 in Syracuse. We're going to drop into the 70s and 60s as we head towards this evening, 50s as we get closer to tonight. I'll track those showers and thunderstorms coming up. Steve?
All right, Jill, thanks. New York State Attorney General Letitia James FEMA. James says the Trump administration has no authority to make cuts to programs that many states rely on. New York State has 38 projects totaling over $380 million that are now in jeopardy. Well, from then to now, this is what North James Street looked like Tuesday afternoon. One of the hardest hit areas during the tornado was the site of a block party last night put on by Connected Community Schools. Now, if you remember, those folks were among the first to hit the streets when the storm cleared, offering food to people without power. The event offered a fun place for families to gather with games, food, and music. Well, News Talk is coming up next.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Reel.
Tracking a cold front that's going to usher in some relief with that heat and humidity. But first, we're still dealing with it. Taking a live look downtown Utica, you can see some darker clouds beginning to move on in. That is associated with some showers and a few rumbles of thunder with that cold front that's going to move through as we go throughout the afternoon. And it has not arrived yet, and that is why those temperatures are in the mid-80s. We're officially 85 degrees at Griffith Park. But then you got to factor in that dew point of 71. It feels like 90 outside, and that is under mostly cloudy skies. Imagine if we had more sunshine, those temperatures would be even warmer for this afternoon. But those dew points in the 70s, they're going to be long gone as we head towards the weekend. We'll see some refreshing air begin to move in. You'll also notice it is quite breezy out there. That wind at the southwest at 13 miles per hour. That wind is going to shift to the north tomorrow, ushering in that cooler air into central New York. Also going to be a bit breezy on the lakes tomorrow as well, so just be prepared for that. On our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a Doppler radar, showers and a few rumbles of thunder are beginning to pop up across central New York. We'll zoom in and where those showers are right now. One heavy shower just south of Utica as you head towards Waterville and New Hartford. Also seeing some rain just north of Rome as you head towards Lake Delta. If you are heading up Route 46, as well as up towards Route 12 and Route 8, you're going to see those showers move into that area. Also tracking a brief downpour just to the west of Boonville. So if you're heading up towards Boonville or live in Boonville, as well as west turn, heading up in that direction on Route 12, you're going to see a brief downpour within the next 10 to 20 minutes. This is just the beginning of that cold front that is extending back across the Great Lakes, back towards Rochester and Buffalo. That's going to push in as we head throughout the afternoon, bringing those showers and a few rumbles of thunder. But at this point in time, we aren't seeing too much in the way of instability in the air, so that threat for severe weather is on the low side for this afternoon. Still can't rule out a thunderstorm, but any thunderstorm that does develop, our biggest concern is going to be that heavy rain just because the air is so saturated. The best chance for severe weather is going to be well to our north as you head up towards Burlington into Maine. and along the U.S.-Canada border as you head up towards Plattsburgh as well. We are in the marginal risk for this afternoon and into the early evening hours. Still keep an eye on the sky, but again, as of this point in time, we're just tracking some downpours across the region. Once that cold front moves through, we're going to be 10 degrees colder tomorrow with highs in the 70s. And even into the weekend, the low 80s across the region. Enjoy it because we're going to warm back up into the mid 80s as we head towards next week. Very tropical weather as we head into today, but notice that relief is in sight for Friday and for Saturday. So that cold front moves on through. High pressure builds in a beautiful start for your Saturday. But as we head towards Sunday, going to be tracking another cold front moving through the area. So on our Skycast, those showers and thunderstorms push off to the east. We will dry out as we head towards this evening. Tonight, leave those windows open, turn off those air conditioners. We're going to drop back into the 50s as we head towards tomorrow morning. Lots of sunshine tomorrow with temperatures warming up into the mid to upper 70s. Low 80s as we head towards Saturday with mostly sunny skies. Some extra clouds Saturday evening out ahead of that cold front that will bring us a few showers and storms Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then another stretch of some dry weather. Steve?
All right, Jill, sounds good.
With meteorologist James DeFazio, and when the storms did come through, they were strong, quick, but strong.
Yes, not strong enough to prompt severe thunderstorm warnings, but definitely enough for us to make everyone aware. We did see widespread 35 to 40 mile per hour gusts, and that's enough. Some of us did lose power, especially across northern Herkimer County and southern Lewis County. I got a report of power out in West Leiden. We also saw some gustier winds work through the northern portions of the Mohawk Valley. But things are calming down, 79 degrees with cloudy skies. It's going to stay breezy for a few more hours, and then we're going to see that wind begin to tick down. Yes, we are still at a 72-degree tropical dew point, but fortunately, with this cold front working through, we're going to begin to see relief as the night progresses. They're back to the low 60s, the dew points in Buffalo, and that's only going to continue as we move forward into the day on Friday. Very, very chillier weather than we've seen lately. Lows tonight for many of us are actually going to be in the upper 50s. Utica may hang on to the low 60s, but we're tracking a very refreshing night. And then tomorrow, absolutely beautiful weather with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Coming up, we're going to break down that decrease in humidity as well as the end of the showers. Kristen?
All right, James, thank you. Hundreds of employees at
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Thursday evening. We're tracking a cold front moving across New York State that brought us some showers and thunderstorms earlier this evening and afternoon. But we're seeing improvements in our weather as we head into the overnight, and especially as we head into the day on Friday. Currently 79 degrees with mostly cloudy skies in downtown Utica. Shower did roll through about an hour ago. Showers and storms come to an end tonight, and then we get a break from the humidity. This cold front is going to bring in more refreshing air, and we're tracking a very comfortable weekend ahead. Not an entirely dry weekend, but a very, very pleasant weekend. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. You can see off to the east here, this line of showers and storms. That is what worked through earlier and brought us some gustier winds. We're now just dealing with a couple of scattered showers, which are going to continue to work through over the next 60 to 90 minutes, and then drier air builds in behind it, and drier air settles in for the overnight. We're continuing to track this cold front's temperatures. We're still seeing relatively warm temperatures this evening, upper 70s, low 80s across the area. Buffalo beginning to see that air from the cold front working in down to the mid 70s. 79 degrees with cloudy skies in Rome. Breezy conditions continue for the next couple of hours. We are going to see the wind change direction to out of the north, and then that dew point will finally begin to drop. Our tropical levels of dew point, we will drop and get rid of these low 70 dew points, and we'll get into low 60s. Coming up, I'm going to show you a map of just how low the dew points and humidity are going to get. The next 2 days both present great opportunities to get your lawn cut from the Clinton Tractor Mowcast. Dry days expected, and they're not going to be overly hot either. Take a look at what happens to the dew point as we head into tonight and tomorrow. We go all the way from the 70s down into the upper 40s and low 50s. Just an incredible change in terms of the type of air that we're going to be experiencing. A phenomenal opportunity to open the windows and air out the house. Tomorrow, cooler weather in the wake of the cold front, mid to upper 70s, but that doesn't last. Summer returns. We have a couple of cooler days with highs near 80, but as we head towards the middle of next week, we're back into the mid 80s. Summer is going nowhere, and neither are those warm temperatures. Tonight, that drier weather builds in, and then clear skies settle in for Friday morning. Mostly sunny skies. We warm up into the mid to upper 70s, and I would consider tomorrow nothing other than simply a beautiful day. Mostly sunny skies, low humidity, upper 70s. Look at the 7-day forecast. Continues to improve as we head into Saturday. Mostly sunny skies, highs in the low 80s. Again, not a humid day. Sunday, we're tracking a brief round of thunderstorms. And fortunately, it's not going to be a widespread all-day thing. These storms arrive overnight, and the second half of Sunday looks dry. So it's a mainly dry weekend.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. James, thank you. Nearly meteorologist James DeFazio.
We are tracking improving weather, which is fantastic because we have Spencer out at the bocce event, we have Ben down at the fire truck spectacular, and we're going to see drier conditions continue to work in. Tonight's featured dog on our Skycast, Rocky from Frankfurt, a 14-year-old pup. He's a cutie. We're going to see temperatures continue to be relatively warm. They do begin to drop steadily overnight tonight, but while you're heading out tonight, expect temperatures to be in the mid-70s. Taking a look at your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, there is that back edge of showers that is working through. It's just exiting Rome right now, working into Utica and New Hartford. Ben's going to see a bit of a heavier shower. It's going to continue to pick up over the next 15-20 minutes before drier weather settles in behind that. Temperatures across New York State in the low to mid 70s, and again, these are going to steadily decline now that this cold front is beginning to exit our region. As we head into tonight, again, this dew point at 72 degrees, we're going to be slowly tracking this relief from the humidity after this incredibly long stretch of high humidity. We're going to see refreshing dew points overnight tonight. And coming up, we're going to take a look at that. We're going to track that, as well as just how beautiful the weather's going to be to round off the week. Kristen?
James, thank you. Severe heat and unpredictable.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Thursday evening. We're tracking a cold front working across New York State, and we saw some thunderstorms earlier this afternoon. Now we're just seeing a couple of lighter showers working through the region, but drier air is working in, and it is not far away. We are going to continue to see drier air work in as we head into the evening hours tonight. Utica might see a sprinkle or two over the next 30 minutes before this drier air fully settles in. Temperatures still relatively warm in the upper 70s at 79 degrees, but the showers and storms will come to an end tonight, and then we're tracking a break from the humidity, a big drop in dew point through the night tonight into the day tomorrow, and then a very comfortable weekend, a primarily dry weekend, a couple of showers Sunday morning, but all in all, a beautiful forecast for the weekend. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. The thunderstorms are now east of the Capital District, and we're tracking this last little bit of showers that are working through central Oneida County, central Herkimer County, and sliding eastward. They are moving rather quickly. A little bit of a steady rain, though, across northern Oneida County. Rome saw that quick downpour. Areas across of north central Oneida County as well as north central Herkimer County going to see a quick downpour as this continues to slide east. But again, drier weather settling in behind it. It's still in the upper 80s and low 90s to the east where the cold front has yet to arrive. Much cooler weather has settled in to the west, and we're going to continue to see cooler weather fortunately. 79 degrees with cloudy skies in Rome. It's going to stay breezy for a few more hours before the wind direction switches out of the north. And this dew point at 72 degrees, we're going to be slowly tracking that to free fall. Dew points back to the west already have decreased to the mid-60s. I'm going to show you a model coming up here how we're going to get all the way down into the low 50s. Your Clinton Tractor and Implement Mowcast with 2 dry days forecast the next 2 days, Friday and Saturday, both presenting great opportunities to get the lawn cut. Take a look what happens to the dew point as we head into the overnight tonight. Drops all the way down through the 50s, all the way down to the mid-40s at times. Incredibly drier air compared to what we have been seeing, an incredible change in the level of humidity. A great night to open the windows, a great night to refresh the house. Drier weather continues to work in overnight tonight. Cooler air does as well behind the cold front. Lows tonight are going to be in the upper 50s, low 60s. Clear skies to begin tomorrow morning. Sunny skies as well, and we warm right up into the upper 70s. Highs tomorrow right around 77 degrees. Another chilly, clear night tomorrow night with lows in the mid to upper 50s. Tomorrow, one word to describe it, straight up beautiful. Fantastic, refreshing air with plenty of sunshine. A look at the 7-day forecast. More beautiful weather on Saturday to begin the weekend. Highs in the low 80s, plenty of sunshine. Not a humid day by any sense of the matter. Sunday, a couple of showers arrive Saturday night into Sunday morning. Second half of Sunday looking dry though, and then we enter a beautiful stretch of weather and a slow warm up in temperature.
Meteorologist James DeFazio.
We are continuing to track a cold front working across New York State, and we are seeing drier weather beginning to work in. This back edge of showers, a sprinkle about to move through Roane, but the steadier rain is exiting Oneida County, working through central Herkimer County right now, and drier air and much less humid air is working in behind this. 78 degrees with cloudy skies in Rome. It's going to stay breezy for the next few hours, and we're going to see that wind direction change from the west to out of the north. The dew point has dropped 3 degrees over the last 20 minutes, which is fantastic. We're going to continue to track this dew point, continue to track it dropping. We are now out of tropical levels of humidity to just very humid. Things are going to continue to improve. Back to the west, drier air is working in, and it's going to continue to head our direction. Tonight, a very refreshing night, a great opportunity to air out the house and open the windows. Lows tonight in the upper 50s to low 60s. A very pleasant night. Drier conditions continue. Coming up, we're going to take a more detailed look at just how far these dew points are going to drop, as well as how beautiful we have, how beautiful a finish to the week we have ahead. Kristen?
All right, James, thank you. New at 6.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Thursday evening. We're tracking a few showers that are exiting Central New York, and we're going to see drier weather with much more comfortable air quality conditions moving in tonight and tomorrow. Take a look at downtown Utica. Some ominous clouds in the distance as some showers continue to exit to the west. However, drier air is moving in and sunny. So I expect a few breaks of sun at times over the course of the evening hours, over the next couple of hours. Warm temperatures continue for a few more hours. We're still in the upper 70s. We haven't shook the heat just yet. Showers and storms, though, fully come to an end tonight. And then we get a break from the humidity. A much deserved break from humidity arrives for tonight and for tomorrow. And we're tracking a very comfortable weekend ahead with primarily a primarily dry weekend with an absolutely fantastic start. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Here is that last line of showers that I was just referring to. It is exiting Oneida County. It's working into the Mohawk Valley and central Herkimer County right now. But these storms are moving very quickly. In about 30 to 40 minutes, Herkimer County will be over to dry conditions, just like Oneida County is right now, and drier weather will continue to settle in overnight. That cold front has cleared the region. Still very warm to our east, 88 degrees in Albany. They're still awaiting the cold front's arrival. We are down to slightly cooler temperatures, but the big change that we're going to see is in terms of dew point. 78 degrees with cloudy skies in Rome. It's going to stay a tad breezy. 13-mile-per-hour winds continue tonight. Watch what happens as we go with the dew point. Dew points currently in the 60s, not going to stay that way. With 2 dry days forecast, Friday and Saturday both present great opportunities to get the lawn cut, especially with these low levels of humidity. As we head in tonight, dew points drop all the way down into the 50s. At times on Friday, they may even be in the 40s. It's an incredibly comfortable, refreshing air mass. Tonight, clear skies prevail. Lows tonight in the upper 50s, low 60s, and then a sunny start to your Friday, an absolutely beautiful day. There's only one word to describe tomorrow, and that is just straight up beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful weather. A look at your 7-day forecast. That beautiful weather continues into the start of the weekend, mostly sunny skies with highs in the low 80s, tracking a round of thunderstorms for the middle of the day on Sunday, and then beautiful weather settles in for the beginning of next week. Dry conditions for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
James, thank you. Still ahead here on News Channel 2.
First look at your forecast tonight at 10 with meteorologist James DeFazio. And what a difference a few hours makes, huh?
It's unbelievable. The cold front worked through.
Yeah.
Right before it came through, we were in the upper 80s with temperatures. Dew point at Rome was at 72 degrees when we started the 5 p.m. newscast.
It's tropical.
Considered tropical. We've dropped over 10 degrees. We're down into the low 60s. And we're going to continue to see improvements as you look over to the west. They're already down into the 50s at dew points out near Buffalo. And we're going to continue to track closer and closer toward those numbers. And we're going to break that down coming up with the full forecast. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. A couple showers out there, primarily north of Old Forge, northern Hamilton County, northern Lewis County, northern Herkimer County, as well as a couple sprinkles across central Madison and central Otsego counties. We're tracking drier weather moving in, as well as temperatures to cool off tonight, all the way down into the upper 50s to low 60s for lows. A much cooler air mass settling in than what we've seen over the last several weeks. Current temperatures in Rome, 73 degrees with cloudy skies. It has been a breezy evening. We've seen gusts consistently throughout the evening from 25 to 40 miles per hour. We're going to see these winds begin to slowly subside as we head into the overnight, and they'll be gone, fortunately, by tomorrow morning. And again, we'll be waking up to much more refreshing air. Slightly cooler weather is beginning to settle in. It does crack 80 this weekend, a little bit cooler to end the weekend and start next week, but summer goes nowhere. By the middle of next week, we're back into the mid-80s. Coming up, we'll take a look at how we're going to wrap up the work week. Ben?
Families gathered in the park today.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Thursday evening. We're tracking drier, much more comfortable air working into central New York. A cold front has cleared the region, and most of us have settled into completely dry conditions. We're still tracking a few scattered showers, but they're coming to an end. Showers fully come to an end tonight, and we wake up to dry, refreshing weather tomorrow, and dew points over 20 degrees less than what we saw this afternoon. A break from the humidity arrives ahead of a very comfortable weekend. The Saturday looks absolutely fantastic. Look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. There are those light showers that I was just making reference to that will soon be coming to an end. A few across the North Country, north of Old Forge, the inlet area, northern Hamilton County. A couple of lighter showers just to the south of Hamilton. A little light sprinkle just to the south of Cooperstown as well in Otsego County. 73 degrees with cloudy skies up in Rome. We're still seeing breezy conditions of 10 to 20 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Some of us saw 40 mile per hour gusts today. The Herkimer Mesonet measured a 40 mile per hour wind gust. These winds are going to subside as the night progresses. By tomorrow morning, we're down to very, very light to near calm winds. We've down to a 61 degree dew point. We've dropped 11 degrees. We've gone from tropical to muggy, from very humid down to humid now. By tomorrow, we're going to actually make it to comfortable. Back to the west, dews have already dipped into the upper 50s. We're going to show the dew point model coming up here in a minute. It's impressive how dry the air is going to get. Your Clinton Tractor and Implement Mowcast, 2 dry days forecast for the next 2 days. Both present good opportunities to get your lawn cut if you need to do so. Otherwise, Sunday, you're going to have to wait till the second half of the day. Take a look at what happens to these dew points. We go from the low 60s, where we're at right now, through the night. We drop through the 50s. By tomorrow afternoon, we're sitting in the mid to upper 40s for dew points. Incredibly dry air. It's going to feel incredibly nice. It's going to make for tonight and tomorrow night's sleep fantastic sleep weather, a fantastic opportunity to open up the windows. Clear skies continue tonight. We start today with widespread sunshine. Tomorrow we warm up steadily. Highs right around 77 degrees in the mid-afternoon. And there's only one word to describe tomorrow. It's straight up beautiful. The only other word I would think of, perfect. Take a look at your 7-day forecast. We start the weekend with fantastic weather, mostly sunny skies, highs in the low 80s. Sunday, we're tracking a round of thunderstorms that work through the middle portion of the day. The evening doesn't look too rough. We do expect the sun to come out before the end of Sunday. And then a nice stretch of weather settled into the week, mostly to partly sunny skies, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
First look at your forecast tonight at 11. Meteorologist James DeFazio. My goodness, even just an hour from 10 o'clock, we've seen this drop even more. It's amazing.
So nice. It's just continually dropping.
Yeah.
We're seeing steady improvements in air quality. We're going to go straight from tropical levels of humidity all the way to comfortable levels of humidity. It's going to be a big difference by tomorrow morning. It's going to be very, very, very dry in comparison to the air we saw today. We're going to go from dew points in the low 70s all the way to dew points into the 40s. Eurofo Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, a couple of showers still across northern Herkimer County, north of Old Forge, in the inlet area, the Eagle Bay area, northern Hamilton County seeing some showers as well. These are slowly going to continue to come to an end over the next hour to two. Drier weather is settling in. Temperatures across the area in the upper 60s to low 70s. Lows tonight are going to be in the upper 50s to low 60s as this cooler air continues to build in the wake of this cold front. Currently 71 degrees and mostly cloudy in Rome. Dew point down to 60, 22 mile per hour winds. Winds still gusty out there. It's been a breezy day. We are going to see winds begin to subside now that we're heading into the overnight. Winds begin to slowly die down consistently, and they're completely calm by tomorrow morning. Temperatures this weekend warm up into the low 80s, and then we cool down after a cold front works through during the middle of the day on Sunday. Coming up, we'll take a more detailed look at how we're going to wrap up the work week. Ben?
All right, James, thank you very much.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Thursday evening. We have been tracking a cold front this evening, which has cleared the region, and we're seeing the benefits of it now. We're seeing drier air, we're seeing cooler temperatures, and much more refreshing air with much lower levels of humidity. A few showers are still out there, primarily across the North Country. They fully come to an end tonight, and dry weather settles in for tomorrow. A break from the humidity has arrived, and it continues through the day tomorrow. It continues to drop overnight tonight and through the morning hours tomorrow. A beautiful Friday on tap, ahead of a very comfortable weekend. A beautiful start to the weekend. Incredibly much deserved break from humidity. Eurofo Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. As I was just mentioning, a couple of those light showers still across northern Herkimer and northern Hamilton County. Elsewhere, we're over to dry weather. These are going to fall apart over the next 60 to 80 minutes or so, and then dry weather settles in for all of us for the entirety of the night. 71 degrees with mostly cloudy skies in Rome, and check that out, a 22 mile per hour wind out of the west-northwest. We're going to see wind directions change to out of the north very shortly, and as it does so, we're going to see the wind speeds come down quite a bit. Wind speeds decrease steadily throughout the night, overnight tonight. We're not going to be seeing these wind gusts. It was a very breezy day. That is going to subside by tomorrow morning. Your Clinton Tractor and Implement Mowcast. 2 dry days the next 2 days, Friday and Saturday, both present great opportunities to get the lawn cut if you need to do so. take a look at the dew point forecast. Before I even hit play, we were at 72 degrees for a dew point earlier this afternoon, and actually during the early evening hours. Watch what happens as we go through the overnight and head towards tomorrow morning. We get all the way down into the mid to upper 40s for dew points. Incredibly comfortable, incredibly refreshing air. Tonight, primarily clear skies, lows in the upper 50s to low 60s. Mostly sunny skies to begin the day tomorrow. We steadily rise in temperature, highs in the mid to upper 70s during the late afternoon hours. Mostly sunny skies continue into the overnight, into mostly clear skies. Slightly cooler Saturday night into Friday night into Saturday morning. Lows are going to be in the mid to upper 50s. And then Saturday, a little bit of a warmer day. We climb back up into the low 80s. Tomorrow, one word to describe it: beautiful. Absolutely beautiful day. A look at your 7-day forecast. Mostly sunny skies on Friday. Mostly sunny skies on Saturday to begin the weekend. Highs in the low 80s. Tracking a cold front to come through the area on Sunday. Where it's not going to be a washout of a day. However, we are tracking a round of storms. It's going to move in the late morning hours, work through the early afternoon hours, and then slowly dry out during the evening.
Are we still on our streak?
No,
We are not.
we're not. 2 weekends ago, officially and over. You don't have to break your neck.
Yes. Good. I don't have to teach myself how to do a backflip.
Yep.
Thank you very much, James. Coming up next, an investigation is under